Hello everyone. Welcome back to A4 Analysis. Today is day 30th of the series SQL50. Today's problem statement is the number of employees which report to each employee. So we have employees table with employee ID, name, reports to and age as the columns of this table. And this table contains information about the employees and the ID of the manager they report to, which is this one. Some employees do not report to anyone, reports to is null. For this problem, we will consider an employee who has at least one employee reporting to them. Write a solution to report the IDs and name of all managers, meaning all the employees who have at least one person, one employee reporting to them, and the number of employees who report directly to them, the average age of the reports rounded to the nearest integer. Return the result table ordered by employee ID. This is an example. So this is how the typical employee table would look like. And this is how the output looks like. We have manager's employee ID, name, how many people, how many employees report to that manager, and average age of all the reportees for that manager. Now let's look at the solution. So here we are querying reports to as employee ID because reports to gives the employee ID of the manager. So that's what will become our employee ID in the final table. Name of the manager, count of all the employee IDs who are reporting to this employee ID. So that will become reports count, and their average age will become the average age in our final table. So something important to look out here is that we are doing an inner join between two employees table. So this is the same table, employees E1 and employees E2. We are doing an inner join between the same table so that for each manager, because if we see here, reports to is 9, but this doesn't give the manager's name directly. So when we are doing an inner join between employees table, and for the inner join we use condition of reports to as employee ID. Let's say I want to see the name of this manager. I have to do an inner join where reports to equals to employee ID. In that way, we will find the name of the manager, which is Percy. So that's why we need to do this. So to get manager's details, we cannot get it directly. We have to do an inner join to find the name or even the age of the manager, which is not required here, but giving just an example. And that's what we are doing here. So let's come back to the solution again. So here we are taking the reports to from E1 as employee ID. So for the first table, we are looking at manager's details, and manager's name will not come from the first table because if you remember, employee ID, name, and reports to. So employee ID name means it is not the name of the manager, rather it is the name of the reporter. So that's why when we are making the join, we have to take from the other table, E2. And then we are doing the count on the first table because the first table still reports the number of reporters for that particular employee. So we are taking the employee ID and employee age from the first table. So the first table or E1 will give me the manager, how many people are reporting to that manager. So we can simply get the count and the average age from the first table. And the second table, which we get by the join, will give the name of the manager, because directly we cannot get the name of the manager. And here we are doing the join on the employee ID reports to. Reports to is also employee ID, but it's simply the employee ID of the manager. And we are grouping by 1 and 2, which is nothing but the manager's employee ID and name. And we are ordering it by 1, which is mentioned in the problem statement as well. So that's all about the solution. See you in the next one.